choose superpower. First reply will choose a side effect. The power to just draw exactly what I imagine. But you're constantly tripping and hallucinating, like an actual artist. So I become a good artist and life gets a bit of spice when you turn off the lie in the corridor. Perfectly recreate any artwork, visual or musical, from memory. But you get amnesia every week. You forget it the moment you start working on it. The sentence for plagiarism is death. I can now gain the superpowers of any cartoon character as soon as I think of them. Your life expectancy decreases every time you change superpower by that cartoon character's age. Only on Tuesdays at 12:26 PM for about 33 seconds. My power is to never forget what I went into a room for. Every time you walk into a room you end up in Chernobyl. Joke's on you. I live in Fukushima. Upgrades people, upgrades. The ability to summon any video game character into the real world. You need to fight them to make them your subordinate. They get nerfed by 50 to 70% of their original power to even things out. Bro, imagine summoning Kratos, Doomguy or Ajura. My superpower is I can't have a side effect. Your side effect is that you don't get a power. Never being out of tune when singing. You trip every time you dance. Since I barely ever dance along to music, I see this as an absolute win. Absolute gravity manipulation would be epic, but you can only increase gravity, but it activates at random. The ability to make myself and anyone I want immortal, as long as every person you've made immortal can have a direct line of sight of each other. God views this as treason and finally rejects all of humanity. 50% chance to just die. I want my power to be being able to find happiness. The side effect is you must find love. Then it'll never last more than a minute. Be able to socialize without being awkward. You lose $1 every time you socialize. Side effect, your career is now the sole caretaker of a lighthouse on a small island with nobody for miles. Power to clone myself. Being able to do a lot of shit at once is great. Imagine finishing your thesis in a day, lol. But your clones are permanently in wheelchairs. Sad, but I guess I can sell their other organs for more money. Increased productivity, increased income. Your clones are fully functional, but have the memory and intelligence of a beaver. My power is to not be depressed anymore. Side effect, nothing. You can get through this, champ. Your side effect is Alzheimer. You are constantly forgetting, not being depressed. The ability to not grow tired from working out or running. You can't grow tired because you're tired 24/7. God damn it. To be able to never have social anxiety and always know what to say next. Side effect, no one wants to talk to you, so they avoid you. That's already how my life works. Being able to summon an undead army of any era. You are not prepared for the smell. The undead army has full memory of who they were, and you can't make them dead again. They have no real reason to work for you, but at least they can go home to their families, or have nothing left to live for now. The power to be immune to any side effects that they choose and reflect them back at the one who wrote it. You have to experience the side effects first before becoming immune to them. You never got any powers to begin with. I can see up to 15 minutes into the future. You immediately get paralyzed for 15 minutes after every use. But whenever you see into the future, you will have a headache. The ability for myself and up to 5 people I choose as my party to level up and improve their stats and abilities like in an RPG. And also to completely counter any of those goofy ass side effects that completely nullify the power or kill me instantly, like it takes 70 years to go up 1 level, but your stats, levels, abilities, and everything else gets reset to 0 upon taking a snooze, including everyone else in a party. Every time I die I instantly respawn in the site of the last campfire that I have sat around, like Dark Souls. But if that campfire is put out and you die, you permanently become eternally frozen, unable to do anything for the rest of time. Ability to grant unlimited wishes to myself and anyone else. especially the guy who gives me a neutral side effect. You can only wish for cheese. Welp, hope you're happy with a lifetime supply of cheese instead of money. My art comes to life. It tries to kill you. You can never think of art. The power to stop the depression in me and others. Every time you do that, the person cannot have any emotions. But that's depression. To give myself a coma on command. You get billed for the time you were asleep at hospital rates. Then I'll never wake up and fall into eternal rest. The ability to insert whatever thought I want into other people's minds. You get a massive headache every time you do that. Worth it. I can make Elon Musk give me money purely via intrusive thoughts. You don't understand what kind of power you just gave him. The pain is temporary financial stability for you, and your offspring for the next infinity years is eternal. My superpower is that I can walk through walls and see through them at will. Your side effect is you go through the floor until your power gets turned off. It only works on really thin walls. I think it would be cool to be able to restart the day if you want to. That way you can prevent bad things and just live the good days every day. You lose all memory of that day. My power is to come up with an entire plot line for a story in 0.03 seconds and project it immediately onto an indestructible notebook that has exactly how many pages I need. Good luck with that one. You can only speak using an AI voice of Patrick Star. Well, that works. Of course it had to be the AI voice. My worst nightmare. My superpower is that I never feel tired. But you have to run a marathon every day. But Jack Black hits you 3 times with a bat in the leg every 3 hours. The power to make any character from any fandom/community real. They hate you on a personal level. Why would you do this? Whenever I want to know something, I just suddenly know all about it. Side effect is, you are a white middle-aged woman with a short haircut. Dear God. I feel like my power already has built-in side effects, but my superpower would be to know everything, all knowledge in the universe and beyond, the good and the bad. Anytime you put the knowledge you have to use, you fall asleep before you can do it, so you're forever stuck knowing everything but can never do anything about it. Superhuman intelligence and athletic abilities. You can't use one without using the other at the same time. With proportionate effort. Rocket science equals Olympic marathon. Oof, I was gonna say the opposite. You can only use one without the other, but thing you're not currently using is thrown down in power. High intelligence equals can't lift a peanut. Super strength equals IQ equals 10. The power to never get any illness or ailment. You have an itch that always moves when something would remove it. Damn, that's a good one. Mine is to have my own pocket dimension that I can open portals into whenever I want. I can set whatever rules I want within it too. That is, only I can enter or nobody in the dimension feels pain, etc. I can also change these rules whenever I feel like it. The only one I can't change is nobody can die within it. Lastly, I can create whatever I want within it as well without needing materials. But my creations can't leave the dimension, just for balancing as well as the law of conservation of matter. Your side effect is that I have full control over your ability above yours without limitation. Basically, I have control over you using your ability and can do it myself without balancing. The ability to teleport back to wherever you slept last with anything you were wearing or carrying remaining in the same place relative to where you were teleported, and moving out of the way in case something was going to teleport inside an object. You get massive diarrhea every time you teleport. The ability to summon a Starbucks employee whenever I snap my fingers. Side effect, they use the reserved right to refuse to serve you. LMAO, I was gonna say side effect is you get arrested for kidnapping every time. But I like that one too. I can shapeshift anything I want, including myself, into whatever I want. There is a 50% chance that what you shapeshift becomes something incredibly dangerous to you, like a bomb or lava. My superpower is having 5 exact clones of me that can do different tasks at a time. But they all think they are the real one. They want a series of duels to dwindle the clones and unknown original down to 1 again. The power of having the exact amount of money every time I need it, but you lose it after 1 minute. It's never the right currency. The ability to make people forget what side effect they were going to give me and instead begin to talk about their favorite games. You haven't made me forget, so your favorite game is now deleted from reality. Not forever though. Someone will make it again eventually. Unfortunately, you yourself have ruined this side effect for yourself. Therefore, I'm negating you from reality. The power to learn anything instantly, to whatever extent I like, from basic knowledge to a master. The side effect is that you will learn of the history of everything your skin makes bare contact with and can never forget anything ever again. Don't touch the toilet seat, toilet paper or anything at all. Gloves are your friend. That's actually a good side effect. Nice. The power to create anything I draw into reality. You have an entire universe for you and your drawings. As long as the drawing isn't too OP, it will become reality and it can help you. I get a meaningful relationship. As long as I have someone I don't care about side effects. They eat you alive. The ability to create portals that lead wherever I want. Be it a different location, time, reality or some entirely made up pocket dimension. I have full control over those portals, including the decision who or what can pass through and what can't. A close person of yours, friends, and family dies every time you teleport. Easy way to cheat the system, in my opinion, is to be able to choose all the side effects of every power chosen. Not only do I get to pick my own side effect, it being by power, but if anyone tries to fight me with a half-working power, boom, I change the side effect to either cancel them out or make them die faster than creative mages that have DMs let them cast heat metal on bones or other wacky side effects can make an enemy drop dead. But before you change any side effect, you have to get permission of both parents of the person who has it, and you can't change your own side effect. That power to summon a kaiju-sized watermelon monster that breathes fire out its mouth and shoots lasers out its eyes and can regenerate, and I have completed control over it. Now I really want to see what side effect you all come up with. The mouth of the creature is inside the gut of the watermelon, so it melts its own flesh while it breathes fire. And since it can regenerate, it will be in constant pain from this. Perfect muscle memory and also a comically large fork. You only get perfect muscle memory while holding the comically large fork. Picturing a man just annihilating a group of people while holding a comically large fork. Power of vibrations, but it only work on the elderly. I can predict every lottery numbers, but anyone who wants to rob me is unable to find me. Lottery is now simply for entertainment and no longer give money to the winner or winners. But you have amnesia. My superpower would be to make any movies I want, have the best possible writing. I'm curious what side effects could make it not worth it. Even if I can't enjoy movies, I would still make good entertainment for the masses. Side effect is that the movies have to be approved by a nun, held by a monkey, and then put down a wishing well beforehand each time. Side effect: after each movie production you get increasingly more angry, and the anger is projected onto the staff and actors. Calanon 534. When you know 2023 was just the tutorial for 2024.